Hi there. Let's just quickly check my microphone is right. Yes, it is. Alright, so you should be able to hear me. I'm not sure how the stream quality is going to be today. Hopefully it'll be fine. But without further ado, let's get into it. So last stream we worked on making the Nightmare Ruins, which was one of the weird places in Emeria. So today we'll work on the second weird place. So let's just quickly get the map up. Here we are. Alright, so we've got the Nightmare Ruins down to the east, and the second spot is up in the mountains. So I think we should probably try and play into that a little bit. Try and figure out something to do with a creature from the mountains. Let's head on over to OneNote and get started on writing. Add page. Mountain top spot. Call it that for now. Just as a bit of a basis. Now, there's lots of things that could be up in the mountains. Could honestly be anything. Although, for a game of Dungeons and Dragons and a world set therein, we probably don't have enough dragons. So, with that, we might actually get some dragons up in here. Dragons. So there's something to do with dragons. Dragon Society. I suppose we need to figure out exactly how dragons act in this world. If they're intelligent beings, or beasts, or gods. Because dragons are very versatile. Dragons. Okay, let's think. What do we know about dragons? They hunt. They lay eggs. There's two distinct groups. How about we make this one? Alright, I say we make it something to do with a specific part of the dragon's life cycle. Either a dragon birthing spot, a dragon communal social area, or a dragon death spot, either a graveyard or a place of a dragon's final funeral rites, or maybe the spot that a dragon is expected to last be when they are alive. And now let's try and think about it in the context of a D&D game. So what will be the most useful for us in regards to creating adventures and an exciting setting for the players? And for that, I feel like going with a dragon graveyard. Just pretty cliche, but still something. I mean, it's cliche for a reason. And I don't think it's an overdone cliche. So I feel how should we do this? Dragon graveyard. We'll call it that for now. So this location. Well, this is secret to dragons and those that they trust. I feel like that's a pretty basic and simple concept to start with. Actually, how about it is the carcass of the ancient... It is an ancient carcass of the dragon god, dragon deity. We'll specify who they are later. The dragon deity, something dragon. Kazul. I like that. Kazul. Kazil. Yeah, let's do that. Kazil. No, 2 Z's. Makes it better. Actually, is the ancient carcass of Kazil, the draconic deity of death and rebirth. Rebirth? Actually, I don't know. Draconic deity of death. We can specify rebirth later if we really want to. Alright. A dragon is expected at the end of their life to make their way to this graveyard for their final rest. It is said that when a dragon's body is taken to this place high in the mountains, their soul heavy with their... Actually, yeah. Their soul, which is heavy due to a dragon's nature. I feel like I accidentally created an interesting bit of lore right there. Giving souls weight. And what exactly constitutes making a heavy soul? Well, actually, well, I'll keep that in mind, but I won't specify that right yet. Dragon's body is taken to this place high in the mountains. Their soul can ascend to be among the stars with their brethren. Dragons being stars? That works. And then... Actually, I think that'd be cool. If the stars... Like, when we look up at the sky, we see the stars, and they're all, like, white points of light. But I think it'd be cool if all the stars were different colors based on the dragons that they come from. I don't know about you all, but I like that idea. So that's what I'm gonna go with. Yeah, that's cool. The stars formed... the constellation formed from the dragon's soul is the same color as the scales of the dragon. Yeah, so there's multicolored constellations. I like that. Thank you very much. Rainbow sky. Yeah. But, okay. I'm sorry, I'm really proud of that. Alright. In this dragon graveyard. This place is a neutral area where chromatic, metallic, and you know what? In older editions of D&D, there's other types of dragons. There's like crystal dragons, which apparently have like psionic abilities. I haven't actually seen much about them, but I like the idea of having more than just two, because it's... The chromatic metallic, I think, is getting a little old. Oh, actually, you know what? To be broad, where all dragons can congregate and congregate without congregate without conflict. I could word that better, but for now we'll keep it as that. Yeah, and I'll be able to figure out exactly what kind of dragons we've got later. Yeah. Alright. So we've got the general gist. Ancient cock. Alright. So we've got the location itself. I think let's look around here. Can we come up with any more background? One giant carcass. All the other dragons just lay to rest there. Other carcasses. I don't think there's much else we really need to go in there until eventually we figure out who the hell Kaziel is. But we can do that at a later point. In that case, how about we look... Actually, you know what? What size is that? 14. Let's make this size 14 so that other people can see. 14. Alright. Next up. Inhabitants? I'm gonna keep using the Nightmare Ruins as like a... as a bit of a reference point. Actually, this isn't the background, this is just what it is. You know what? This is a world building stream, so let's do some goddamn world building. What caused Kaziel to get here? What is it that made this place sacred to dragons? Maybe it was sacred to everyone. Alright. There was a time. Let's do some storytelling. There was a time where dragons... Actually, no, there was a great battle. Which Kaziel was a major player in. Figure out what the battle is. I think once we figure out a bit more about the religion, because I feel like it's definitely going to tie into that, seeing as Kaziel is a deity of death. Or maybe this is where Kaziel became the deity of death. He was a major player in. Kaziel was a valiant warrior, and was the leader of one of these sides. But they were struck by a fatal blow, fatal wound No, they were struck by... What were they struck by? Another deity? An artifact? They were grievously wounded. Alright, I suppose at this point we should figure out exactly who the dragons were battling. So we could make this giants. Demons? Demons could be good. Maybe having the dragons represent the material plane could be interesting. Dragons could be seen as protectors of the material. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like we'll figure out the enemy and then we'll figure out where dragons sit in the world. They were grievously wounded by... If anyone in chat has any ideas, let me know. Dragons and spears is often a thing. They were grievously wounded by the spear... Let's make this capitals. This is a big thing. The spear of... Spear of Julius. Now we could make this extra soap opera and dramatic. Julius could be like Kaziel's sibling or something like that. How about... Okay, how about we turn this music down just a tad? Alright, I think that's a bit better. I was thinking... No. How about we make this a battle between dragons and demons. Dragons and fiends, including demons and devils. Spear of Julius. An arch devil. Ooh, this could be cool. Could be the one time when demons and devils worked together to try and take the material plane, but the dragons fought back. Yeah, that's cool. There was a great battle between fiends and dragons. Where the armies of both the Abyss, actually, were the armies of demons and devils, both stormed the material plane. And the dragons rose up to protect it. Kaziel was a major player in this battle, slaying many fiendish commanders. So, I don't want to say it's the Abyss and the Hells yet, because I worry that I might change it, but I do still like the dichotomy of demons and devils both being evil but different things. So yeah, the dragons rose up against the fiends. Well, yeah, rose up rose up to the challenge to protect the material plane from the fiends. So, Kaziel was grievously wounded by the spear of Julis, an archdevil who still exists to this day. Let's do a little bit of organizing real quick, sorry. Alright, still exists to this day. Dragons and other inhabitants of the material plane rose up to protect it, because I feel like at the time it wasn't just dragons that existed, it was everyone. It's just the dragons were the main driving force, and then maybe some of them rose up into divinity over the years and such. Anyway, Kaziel made their way to the highest point of the southern mountains, where they went to their final rest and was granted divinity by the other deities. Yeah, it was granted divinity by the other deities for their efforts, for their I feel like I need to make Kaziel, like, sure, Kaziel was big and killed a bunch of fiendish commanders, but why does that grant them divinity? I feel like Kaziel didn't just fight, but also got others to. Maybe the dragons were originally reluctant, but Kaziel recognized the threat of the fiends and led the other dragons to battle, which eventually managed to fend back against the fiends. Yeah, I like that. So we'll just say for their courage and leadership. They became a martyr for this battle, and though many dragons were slain, leaving few to exist today, the inhabitants of the material plane overpowered the fiends. Due to Kaziel's rallying. Due to Kaziel's sacrifice. Yeah, that sounds dramatic. Here we go, the stream should be a bit better now. It seems that everything is mostly back to normal. Awesome. Alright. Alright. So, over time, the dragons were still revered as heroes, but the stories slowly faded to myth and legend. So the dragons are still seen as heroes and super powerful beings due to the fact that they were basically the driving force in fending off from the fiends, but dragons aren't really seen much anymore. Most of them were killed in battle, following after Kaziel's example. They sacrificed themselves to save the rest of the material plane. So now there isn't as many dragons around. I don't know, I seem to have a common thing in most of my worlds where there isn't very many dragons left. Seems to be a very common trope. Still to this day, there are still some non-dragons, hyphenate, who worship Kaziel. Mostly those who live at the... I feel like this should be considered a shrine, because this is a place of basically religious importance. They are now a deity. So, who live at the shrine. You know what, we could just call this the Shrine of Kaziel. Yeah, the Shrine of Kaziel. I feel like that... Shrine of Kaziel. And then if the players hear about it, they're like, oh, who's this Kaziel character? What does that mean? Then that'd be cool and fun. Alright. Alright. There's the background. Much better. Much better. More fleshed out. Alright. Maybe the spear is still there. Ooh, that could be cool. Inhabitants. Anyway, on to them. There is still... I suppose there'd still be a cult. The worshippers of Kaziel. Direct descendants of... Actually, no, everyone would be a descendant of the... Well, not everyone. Oh, I still haven't figured out the timeline of where these species come in. Might do that next stream. The worshippers of Kaziel live within the shrine. Live within the shrine, fending for themselves outside of the influence of the societies below the mountains. Due to the difficult shrine's location, it is difficult to reach and largely left undisturbed. This is like all the way up at the very tippy top of the tallest mountain. The leader of the worshippers is a kind of dragon, are they? I don't really want to go metallic or chromatic because then that might have the players already come with their own baggage about what they believe that kind of dragon is meant to be like. Could be a stone dragon, bone dragon, Dracolich, maybe. No, I feel like the people here, and specifically the dragons, don't like having their remains tampered with. Like, that's the corpse of Kazil is there and staying there, and if you go there, that is your resting spot. And if your bones are moved or tampered with, then that's like, I mean, it's I guess just their tradition. They see, I don't know, it's not rude, disrespectful. They see the tampering of remains as disrespectful. So, necromancy is a big no-no here. The leader of the worshippers is a, let's say, stone dragon. Yeah, no one's heard of a stone dragon before. They'll be like, oh, whoa, that's neat. Yeah. Leader of the worshippers is a stone dragon named... More dragon names. Nope. I saw a post about dragons with lips, because in Skyrim, the dragon language, it has like M's and stuff like that. I don't know how I feel about that, so I try and cut out things that I don't think dragons would physically be able to make with their mouths. So like, j, they can do a j. Jakas? Jakas. Yeah, that works. Jakas. It's a stone dragon named Jakas, who provides funeral rites to those that pass on within the shrine. So that would include non-dragons. This is just like where dragons go. Like, you can die here, and if you do die here, you get a constellation, although it won't be as big as a dragon constellation because you're not as big as a dragon. But you will still pass on at that spot and join the celestial bodies. So in that case, actually, violence, let's specify, violence is illegal within the shrine. Maybe someone breaks them, and that's how the adventure starts. Maybe. So dragon's body, or anyone's body. But then the question is, what happens if a dragon doesn't make it there? What if some adventurers are like, hey, I want this dragon's hoard, and then kill the dragon, and they're not at the shrine when they die? Well, not necessarily when they die. They're not at the shrine. Is there a time limit? I don't know. I suppose we'll find out. What else is there? Are there any other inhabitants? Maybe it's guarded by giants. What lives high in the mountains? Rocks? Giants riding rocks. Players can ride giant eagles. Could giants ride rocks? That doesn't sound half bad. Ooh. Although, still bringing it back to Kazil's sacrifice in battle. Although the worshippers have taken an oath that if the material plane is ever threatened from outside forces stronger is ever threatened by outside forces threatened to be overrun from outside forces. They will summon all the dragons and worshippers and fight back, following in the footsteps of Kazil. So maybe Kazil isn't just a deity of death, but also death, courage, and war. Death, courage, justice, and war? Maybe Kazil could have a big portfolio. No, not justice. Kazil doesn't care about justice. Kazil worries about protection. That is definitely something that can go in people's portfolios. Death, courage, protection, and war. Yeah, that's in their portfolio. Alrighty. That's the inhabitants. Effects. Are there effects? I feel like there should be. This is big enough that there's definitely going to be other things that happen while within the shrine. Could do radiant damage deals. I don't like the idea of buffing things by being in a certain location. That, I don't know, for some reason it just doesn't sit right with me. I feel like it should be something exclusive, not something generally seen in the mechanics. How about actually, sorry, heading back to here. Maybe necromancy generally isn't a bad thing, but necromancy here is like they were not supposed to be brought back until their time. Yeah, actually, I like that. They will summon all the dragons and worshippers and fight back. It is also said that if the threat is big enough, Kazil themselves, as well as all who are who are laid to rest at the shrine, will rise once more to defend their home. Being brought back before this time, though, is considered exceptionally disrespectful and illegal. So let's get back up to where the thing... Where is it? Ah, no violence is legal in the shrine. Alright, so it's illegal to be violent, and it's not violence. No, yeah, violence. You can train, but you can't outright fight. That's a no. That's a no-no. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Affects what happens while you're up here. While... No bold. While in... Where's the music stopped? There we go. While in the shrine, creatures trying to be... No, I feel like they don't offer... No, they offer resurrection for the right, for if they still need to fight, if they have unfinished business. So while in the shrine, creatures that die can be resurrected for half the material cost. Yeah. That way it's like just a neat thing for while the players are there, because at this point, if the players go there for a quest, they will be really high level, so I would assume they would have died a couple times before and been brought back. But then they'll be like, ooh, it doesn't cost as much to do it here. That's pretty neat. For half the material cost. But only a worshipper is able to... No, I feel like that would be too restrictive. Yeah, that'd be too restrictive. Alright, so resurrection is slightly easier. I don't know. I might come back to that. I'm not sure how I feel about that. What else could happen while you're here? Healing could be better. When you take a short rest, you can roll an extra hit die. I don't know. Maybe there's just treasure in here. Maybe there's just artifacts. I actually don't think there's going to be very many effects here. I think that'll be fine. So honestly, I don't really know what else we can do here. I think we've basically got the entirety of the Shrine of Kazil done. Now, actually, let's just quickly get over to Fire Alpaca and right in. Swap. Shrine of Seal. Just put that right there. Just make sure that's, yeah, alright. Shrine of Kazil. Awesome. I like that. Alright. So, I feel like that's it for that bit. So, next stream there could be a couple things. I feel like we'll end the stream early tonight, because that section is sort of done. So next stream, let's head over to OneNote and put it in the notes. Next stream we can do. We won't do that. That's too broad. We can do religion and cosmology, the species, the dragons specifically. What else is there? I feel like there was something else that I mentioned earlier. Oh, actually, religion, cosmology, and cosmology and planes. And actually, we can just pick from one of those. Actually, fiends. Because I feel like fiends should play a big thing. Alright, so we can pick from one of those 5 for next stream. Yeah, I reckon that'll be good. So if anyone has any ideas about that, I've only got 1 viewer at the moment, so if you have something you prefer, let me know. If not, feel free to message me on Twitter at Forge of Worlds. If not, I'll probably just choose myself. Yeah, alright. I think that should do us for tonight. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope to see you later. We should be streaming next Tuesday and Thursday. Like I said, if you want to get in touch, message me on Twitter at Forge of Worlds. The VOD for this should be up in the next few days on YouTube, also under Forge of Worlds. I hope to see you there. Catch you later.